Hey everybody, welcome back to Table Talks. Today we will be looking at day 4 of the Meant to Live devotional, and you can get that on Amazon. Just type it into the search bar, 30-day Meant to Live devotional by Kylie Owens, and it should pop up pretty near the top actually, and it's available in either paperback or Kindle. So today's is actually super short, and it's called Miracles Won't Sustain. So, how often do you find yourself praying for a miracle? I feel like we get a lot of times really find ourselves in this situation. We probably do it almost daily, and we're expecting a miracle, and we might not even be considering it a miracle, because a lot of times when we think of a miracle, it's these big, grand things, but I think we overlook that sometimes some of the things that we ask that might seem small to us might actually be us asking for a miracle. But a lot of times we might be praying for a miracle about healing, financial prosperity, etc., anything like that. But I want to tell you this: what we pray for isn't always aligned with the will of God, and it's hard to swallow that sometimes. But we can remember and hold to the promise that He is all things good. Everything He creates is good. And so, even if it's not going to turn out like what we want, we can know that it will be good because it's coming from God. I will venture to guess that most people do pray these prayers, and most prayers that are actually answered are answered differently than any of us expected them to be. And when that happens, how does that make you feel? What position is your heart in during those times when you are realizing that the prayer is not going to be answered how you want it to be answered? Some examples of my life are when my mother-in-law was struggling with cancer. I prayed for my mother-in-law to be healed from cancer, but she wasn't. God saw the bigger picture and realized her testimony was going to bring more of His children back to Him, and that actually happened at her funeral. After losing a job I enjoyed, I prayed that His purpose for my life would unravel, and it's more than I could even ever imagine. Did I think that I would lose that job? No, but I will say that He was gracious and gave me foresight that it was coming. I can even testify that my friends could even testify that I kind of saw it coming, and I had a feeling when I was going to come back from in 2020, when I was going to come back from our vacation in Texas, that I was coming back, and I think I was going to be let go because of everything that was going on in the world. And it happened, but guess what? I am so glad it did. There's more to the backstory, but I get to be in full-time ministry. And I believe this is what I've always been called to do. And I think I was detouring the plan from the plan that He had for me. I've also gotten exactly what I've prayed for, and they were utter miracles. But what I've found is, after a couple in a row, I've come to actually expect those prayers to be answered exactly how I want them to be answered. And when the miracle didn't happen the way I wanted it to happen, I found myself in a low spot. The excitement of a miracle was gone, bringing me to the conclusion that miracles won't sustain you or me. Only Jesus will sustain us. This point in my life when I realized that sometimes I know everybody does this, but for me specifically, I was finding myself, I am riding on the high of being told yes, when that's not what the walk is about. Miracles will not sustain us. I can't live on the miracles alone. I can only live on Jesus and Jesus alone. And although He is the provider of those miracles, I have to remember that the answer is not always going to be yes. Or a lot of times the answer is yes. It just looks a lot differently than what we expect. So here's our verse to round us out for the day. It says it's from Isaiah 46:4. Even to your old age and gray hairs, I am he who will sustain you. I have made you, I will carry you, I will sustain you, and I will rescue you. So that's all I have for today. And I think we could take these words into our everyday life and just fill our cup with them daily, because he says, I will sustain you, I will restore you, I will rescue you until even in your old age with gray hair, that he will carry us through it all. Isaiah 46:4. I pray that it brings you comfort today and every day forward. So until next time, much love and God bless to everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your day.